Hey guys, thanks for stopping by SmokinSteve's today. Normally we're cooking up something really good around here, either on the RecTeq BullsEye or the RecTeq Bull. But today we're doing a 7-month review on the RecTeq Bull. And I can't believe I've had this thing already for 7 months. Had a lot of great cooks coming off of this thing. I love it, but we're gonna go over a few things. Go out here and it's raining a little bit today, and I'm going to show you how it withstands the rain and being out in the elements. I'm going to show you that, and then once it quits raining, we'll go over the bull in detail, show you some good points, some bad points if there are any, but we'll show you all about it. After 7 months, this is what you can expect after 7 months. So let's go out and take a look at it. Okay guys, we got a little shower here today. It's kind of wet, nice little rain. I just wanted to show you that this RecTeq Bull sits outside 24/7, just like you see it right here, out in the rain. And we get a lot heavier rain than this down here in Florida. I mean, it really comes down buckets around here. And as you can see, just a little light shower, it's getting pretty wet, at least on the outside. Now we're going to check it here as soon as the rain lightens up, and check it on the inside, see how she looks. But I never cover the RecTeq Bull, and I have a RecTeq BullsEye sitting right here. She sits here 24/7. It's been sitting here for a year now, and it looks just like this. Not too bad. And the RecTeq Bull, 7 months, 24/7, no cover. Okay, it's pretty much quit raining, but we're getting a little drizzle right now. But you can see how wet the bull got. It's still pretty wet. But we're going to take a look inside this hopper. And those pellets are completely dry in there. You don't see any water at all. And this thing has sat out in the weather for 7 months now. And I haven't noticed any water inside whatsoever. And here's a look on the inside. I might drip some in from the lid here being open, but it's pretty dry. No, it's completely dry except for what dripped in when I opened the lid. So I'm not real sure about snow and ice. I've never experienced snow and ice here in Florida, but at least rain, it's good in the rain. You're not going to get your pellets wet. You're not going to get the inside wet. It's good to go. So we're going to come back when the rain quits here and go over the rest of this bull, and I'll show you a few things about it, what I've learned about it, and some tips and tricks. Okay, it's quit raining, and I've dried this thing off best I could. As you can see, there's still a lot of standing water around. But I dried it off, and this is what she's looking like after 7 months of sitting out in the elements and cooking on it. It's really looking good. A lot of people like to have it show its wear and tear, but I chose to keep it clean and looking nice. One way I did that was to add a gasket underneath the lid. Little black gasket all the way around the lid. Right here, I mean, you can see a little bit of dampness there from the water, from the rain. But I've added that gasket, and that keeps the smoke from escaping here and discoloring these edges, both edges, before I put that gasket on, it would discolor those edges because the smoke was leaking out of the top. And also it was discoloring this down here really bad. So I put that gasket on there, and no longer does that happen. Stays nice for me. And this extra shelf here, this is an accessory that you can get for the Bull, and I really like that thing. It comes in handy for setting stuff on, or you can just use the top of the controller here, but it's limited space. But I really like this shelf, and it does fold down. And underneath the lid here, on the drip tray, I have aluminum foil on there to catch a lot of the drippings and the grease and stuff, so I don't have to clean that tray underneath that foil. I find it a lot easier to take that foil off once it gets dirty and just replace the foil. And I do like to keep my grease pan inside here, so that if it does rain, it's not getting water in it and all that stuff. This guy right here, just simply snaps on there like that. Also, this black mat underneath here, I love this mat. Helps catch any grease or anything you may drop, keep it off your patio surface or deck or whatever you may be cooking on. Well, this mat and this gasket here, I'll have links underneath the video in the description area where you can check that out, price it out, and pick you up one if you want. And this shelf right here, it folds down, and you can fold it down and get it out of your way if you want. There's little buttons here on the side, and you just push those in and let that down like that, and it's out of your way. You can get a little bit closer if need be, but I really like it. You get it back in place, just pull it up and it snaps right in. Okay, let's go ahead and lift these grates out and take a look underneath there. See what she looks like after 7 months of use. Grates are still in great shape. I do keep those clean and scrape on them and take them in the house and wash them off. And I guess they are dishwasher safe, but I've never had them in the dishwasher. Just wash them by hand. Get this drip tray out of here. Okay, here's what she looks like with that drip tray out of there. As you can see, a little bit of ash has built up here, but not a lot. And that's kind of a good idea to leave a little bit of ash in here anyway, to help absorb any grease that may drip down in here, to help prevent from any grease fires. Speaking of grease fires, any grill can have a grease fire, so it's important to keep these guys cleaned out the best you can. Try to keep the grease from collecting in the bottom of it, and it's especially important when you're cooking at high temperatures. Let's go ahead and take this heat deflector off. Look inside that fire pot, and as you can see, it's ready to go for our next cook. There's pellets in there that have been left in there for ignition when you start it up, and we'll be doing that here in a minute and setting her on extreme smoke. Now I am getting a little bit of ash in the bottom there. It's probably about time for me to dip some of that ash out of there. But for now, let's go ahead and put this deflector in. get our drip tray back in there, put our grates in, and we'll get this thing fired up and set it on extreme smoke and see what it does. But before we do that, let's take a look at the temperature controller. We do have it powered up, and you can see the little red LED on, saying that we're connected by Bluetooth to my phone. So we'll get this thing fired up and see what it does after we get our grate and our grease tray back in. Okay guys, sun's starting to come out, starting to dry up here a little bit. I got the grates back in, and we're going to get that lid closed and get it fired up here in a minute. But I wanted to show you this BarKeepers Friend soft scrub. I love this stuff. This really works great on keeping all that stainless nice and clean for you. Really works good. And I'll have a link under the video in the description section so you can check that out. And the great thing about this grill, all the hardware is stainless steel. A lot of stainless steel. It's not going to rust, and if you work on it a little bit, work at keeping it clean, and this works really easy. Just wipe it on and wipe it off with a damp cloth, and then dry it off with a dry cloth, and you're good to go. And I think it puts a little protective coating on there as well. So let's get this thing closed up and get her fired up. And get this guy cranked up, powered up, power on button. Previous temperature set point was 225. We're going to go down to as low as we can, which is low, and that should be about 185 degrees for us. Okay guys, while this thing's heating up, let's go ahead and take a look around here. Now this hopper, by the way, I use nothing but Bear Mountain pellets, and I love these things. And the fact that this hopper is in the back of the grill, I really love that too. It really makes the bull look nice with the hopper in the back. But as you can see, this thing holds a lot of pellets. It'll hold up to 40 pounds of pellets, and that's gonna be a real long smoke. You'll never run out of pellets if you have that thing full. And as we take a look around here, you can see all the stainless steel hardware, all in good shape, great shape. The shelf's looking good. These horns, you gotta love these guys, right? Just the overall look and how well it's made. It's a beautiful grill. More stainless steel hardware. No rust. And if you have to move it, you have this nice big handle here to lift this end up if you have to, or just push it. And you do have locking wheels at this end. Nice shelf underneath. It's all looking good. It's a piece of art right here. It turns out some awesome food. Okay, it only took about 15 minutes, and we're up to temperature, 180 degrees. And we're putting out some extreme smoke, and as you can see, it's coming out the stack pretty good, and it's coming out a couple other openings like the grease trap down there and around the RecTeq emblem, but I don't see any smoke coming around the gasket there on the lid, so should keep us nice and shiny. When you're done with your cook, you want to make sure you shut this down properly. So the way you do that is just, you don't want to unplug it. Just hit the power off button right here, and it'll run through its cycle, shutdown cycle. It's showing the fan running right now, and that's going to tend to clear out any ash that may try to build up in your fire pot and what have you. And once that's running, the auger's going to come on and run for a little bit and reload that fire pot up with some fresh pellets for your next smoke. So let's let this go ahead and finish its cycle, and I'll show you when the auger comes on. Okay, looks like that fan's about ready to shut down to 10, 5, okay, once that fan shuts down, the auger comes on, and it's dumping fresh pellets into that pot for our next cook. So after that's done, the display will go dark, and it'll be done. And at that point, you can go ahead and unplug it if you like. I generally unplug mine, but you don't have to. You can leave it plugged in, whatever you choose to do. So it'll be going dark here in a minute and be shutting off. So the auger doesn't run nearly as long as the fan. You don't want to get too many pellets in there, or you'll heat up and it'll go over temp. So there we go. Display went dark and it's shut down. So at this point you can unplug it if you want to. So guys, that does it for the review. After 7 months, I'm loving that RecTeq bull just as much as I did on day one. It hadn't failed me yet. It's lit every time. It's up to temperature within 15 minutes every time, whether I'm cooking at 225 or 500. It doesn't matter. At 15 minutes, it's up to temperature. Somehow that PID temperature controller, it goes by that set point, and you know, the higher the temp, the set point, the higher it ramps up. It gets up there quick. If you set it low, it's going to ramp up slow, and it's still going to take 15 minutes. At least that's been my experience. If you have the bull and experience something different, be sure to let us know in the comment section. Or if you've experienced anything with the bull that you'd like to share with everybody, be sure to leave it in the comment section. But that's it. I highly recommend RecTeq, whether it be the BullsEye or the bull. But in this case, we're reviewing the bull. But they have excellent customer service. If you ever should have any problems, just contact them, and I'm sure they'll take care of you. I always see a lot of good comments about their customer service, and I think they're second to none. Now, I've never needed them on any issues or anything, but that's what I hear. So be sure to leave a comment in the comment section, and let us know how you feel about RecTeq and RecTeq bull, BullsEye, whatever. I love seeing those comments. But thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we're going to have a lot of good cooks coming your way. So be watching for them. Thanks for watching.